Okay, don't mind me, but I'm just turning the camera around and setting it up here. Hopefully you can see me okay. Hi. Alright, so my next review. It's going to be on the movie Prisoners, starring Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. Don't mind me, I'm just I have a brief kind of overview here on my computer so that I can remember everything that I want to say. Basically, the whole time I was watching this movie, I was thinking, do you know where your children are? And I don't even have children. It's about 20 minutes longer than it needs to be, which it's not quite as intense as it might have been if it was a little shorter. But other than that, it was excellent. It's the best psychological thriller I've seen since Silence of the Lambs. It was not a big Hollywood epic. It was very profound, visually stunning, and well acted. The story is a pretty familiar one. It's similar to the movie Taken with Liam Neeson, and lots of other movies have dealt with this theme of children being kidnapped from their parents. But it really does something that those films don't do. It's much more psychological. It's not just an action movie. There are some action scenes in it, I guess, but it's mostly a psychological thriller and drama. Basically, Hugh Jackman plays the father of one of the children that's been kidnapped. And they capture a suspect that was on the scene, but they don't have any evidence to convict him, so they have to release him, and Hugh Jackman basically takes justice into his own hands and decides he's going to do whatever it takes to get this guy to talk. So he kidnaps him, and then all this stuff happens, which I don't want to give away. But Jake Gyllenhaal plays the police officer investigating the case in this, and he is excellent. He was the big standout in this film. Not that Hugh Jackman wasn't excellent as well, but I thought Jake Gyllenhaal, this was the best role of his career so far. He really carried the movie. He was on the screen more than Hugh Jackman was. He plays, like I said, he plays the cop investigating, but he's very married to his work. He's not a very emotional person. He has a very kind of steely composure, but he has his eyes twitch all the time. He has kind of a twitchy thing going on with his eyes, and there's a lot of kind of stress and anger bubbling beneath the surface, and throughout the film he's investigating and trying to find out who took these girls and what's going on, and he keeps running into one dead end after another, and basically he starts to get more and more stressed out, and he starts to unravel a little bit. He really is a man who's married to his work and willing to do anything it takes to uncover the truth and to solve a case. He's basically never lost a case, so... Sorry, I'm just looking up some highlights here. He looks about 10 years older than his age, which I think Jake Gyllenhaal's about 32. It's the most grounded kind of performance of his career, but also the most intense. All the supporting cast were excellent in it. All really great actors, including Terrence Howard, and I can't remember the names of all the actors in it, but they were all excellent. And Paul Dano plays the suspect in the movie that Hugh Jackman is holding prisoner. He was excellent in this too. Gave him, pretty harrowing performance in this. And Hugh Jackman is truly terrifying in this movie. He's desperate, he's willing to do whatever it takes, and there are some pretty scary moments with him, especially a moment with the hammer, which I don't want to give away, but trust me, it's very intense. The film was beautifully shot. There were lots of close-ups, lots of interesting framing, I thought, especially with the camera going kind of through windows, and you see characters on the other side, or through doors. So it was shot in a very artistic and interesting way. It's just set in this little small town, in Oregon, I believe. It's very rainy and dreary there. The fashion in the film was very timeless. It didn't really, you know, you could watch this film like 30 years from now and you wouldn't be able to place it in any specific time period. It's, the fashion's very classic and timeless, and simple, you know, jeans and t-shirts and things like that. The film had what I found to be a totally unpredictable ending. I had no idea where the film was going or what would happen at the end, and trust me, it's pretty shocking what happens at the end, and it certainly wasn't what I was expecting or anticipating. So it had what I thought was a truly great ending. Now I know some people were disappointed with the ending. They thought it ended too abruptly, or that it didn't really have a, you know, a big epic conclusion, I guess. But I thought the ending was excellent, and like all thrillers, it kind of ends with just this sense of, you know, in your own mind, you kind of figure out what it all means. It really leaves up to the viewer to interpret it, so, which I thought was brilliant, and to me is what great art truly is. So, the film was violent when it needed to be, but in no way was it gratuitous. Some of the scenes might bother certain people if they don't like seeing, you know, people being tortured. Most of the, you know, I don't want to give away too much. Most of it was implied, though. There are some, you know, shocking scenes in it, but it was never over the top violent. You know, it's not a horror movie, it's a thriller. So, and it's a drama, you know, more than anything, like a dramatic thriller. So, but the violence was done for impact, you know, and that's about it. So, and the film was funny at some points, but overall the mood was very dreary, and dark, and very intense. I couldn't tear my eyes away from it. I thought it was a fantastic film overall. Great performances, great script, truly great plot twists and turns. Really just keeps you guessing right up until the very last shot. I think it's a masterpiece, and the best movie I've seen so far this year, and a definite Oscar contender for Best Picture. So that's my review, Prisoners. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to send a new review your way very soon. So have a great day, y'all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.